Hey guys, thanks for dropping by the garden today. I'm Zach, the Gulf Coast gardener here in Mobile, Alabama. And today we're gonna get some stuff planted. We're gonna work on our front pots. These are hanging pots. And I had bought the plants to do both of them so they could match, but one of them is actually housing a bird's nest to, I believe, a nuthatch. So let me go show you those and then we will get the container that doesn't have a bird nest in it all planted up. So right here are our pots. These pots were a gift from a friend slash mentor from my wedding. And this is the bird's nest. You can see a little bird sticking his head out, nice and asleep right now. I had angel's earrings in here, some fuchsia, but it did not make it through the winter. Yes, I wonder if I could try to just pop them in there, but probably just leave this alone. So here we are with our little container. I'm just gonna pop out these olds. There we go. Really wish I had some new fresh dirt for this, but I don't. Break this up a little bit. Ooh. Soil is dry. So for this, we're using 3 different plants. We're using Blue Moon Punch Calicobra. This is double white, and then the Dichondra Silver Falls. Okay. One. There we go. Now the good thing about all of these plants is they can dry out a little bit in between waterings. So with hanging baskets, they always dry out really fast. So it's good to get a plant that is okay with drying out. Here we go. This one is the double white. Yep. And I definitely want to put the petunias facing the outdoor sun area with the Dichondra facing the porch area. There we go. We should give this a little name, this little recipe, because everybody else gives their recipes names. We'll call it... So this is Moon Punch White and Dichondra Silver Falls. So it's a very maybe like an Alabama twilight, maybe. Okay, now. Oh, the mama's feeding her baby buds. I wonder if she'll let me plant that up. Probably not. Let's get this watered in and then hung up. There we go. Very good. Now I am super nervous about planting around the baby birds. I've heard, I was told as a child anyways, if you touch a baby bird and put your scent on it, that the mother won't come back. So that definitely has me hesitating. But at the same time, I'm like, if I don't touch the nest or anything and just plant the flowers around it, how does the bird not know that these just grew up over spring, you know? I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna get it done. I stole the baby birds. I wanna be quick while the mom hunts and try not to disturb them. So their nest is here. Got these planted without touching them babies. Let's give them a little bit of water and then get them back up before the mama comes back. I don't want to get the babies wet. I do need to water these plants in just a little. All right, now I think our pots need a bit of a thriller. So here's our container, Dichondra Silver Falls facing the back, Blue Moon Punch facing the front with the double white on the other front. I did mirror these, so the white is facing the front door. So now going over to our bird nest, we have our white, our Blue Moon Punch. You can see it's all kind of perked over because I was leaving plenty of room for the nest. And then our Dichondra Silver Falls. Now I'm gonna stay out here to make sure that mama comes back for these babies because they are just the cutest little things. They're hungry. Mama, where are you? Let's sit and wait. Well, you guys, the mama bird came back and fed her little babies and flew off to go find more food. Yay! So here we are with our front pots that we were working on yesterday. And I want to come in with the Ascot Rainbow Euphorbia to get a bit of a thriller here. And we're going to put it right here in the back. And it's going to tie in this creeping Jenny. Hello. Not rooted in super well. There we go. So she's going to go to about twice the height of all these other ones. She'll get just under 2 feet tall. So 1 foot, 2 foot, 18 inches. Nice little stair step with our spiller. To the other side. And then clean up the porch, because yikes. All right, now for pot number 2, going in with that Ascot Rainbow. There we go. I think it's gonna be beautiful. So there we go. Better. Not perfect, but better. Wanted to give a quick update on our Bosco Bell. This is its maiden bloom. We planted these bare root in a video probably about 6 to 8 weeks ago, and she is a beautiful cup. Let me give you a smell. Not too much of a fragrance on her right now. She is known for a good fragrance, so I'm sure it'll come in later. But what a beautiful flower. She's doing well. Happy with her. This is another one of my favorite roses. I also have it in a rose tree form. This is the Carding Mill, and she blends all the colors, the apricot, the yellow, the pink, with a beautiful, delicious fragrance. Definitely one of my favorites. I do want to show off my favorite rose. This here is the Rhapsody in Blue, and this deep purple is not coming across all the way on camera. I see a little ladybug beetle in there, eating the pollen. Beautiful fragrance on this rose. I'll throw up a little picture I'll take with my phone, see if it has any better looks to it. I will say when it was bright and early this morning, it was fully opened. Now that it's starting to get dark, it's starting to close up a bit. But she is a Floribunda spray rose. So she comes out with all these little roses like this. Beautiful little shape to her. She definitely is about 3 to 4 feet tall and about 2 to 3 feet wide. Beautiful vase shape. not any disease. And she's in part shade. Highly recommend Rhapsody in Blue. Another one of my roses. This one is Lark Ascending. And she is a tall, big rose. She gets up to 6 feet tall. So I'm training her onto this fence as a short climber. But very open. I like an open rose like this where the pollinators can get in there and you can see the stamens. Beautiful tea fragrance to her. Look at that. Beautiful. And the afternoon sun comes in through here and makes it glow. Just a little too late now for it. The sun sets right there. Beautiful. This is her second year. I moved her this fall. So I planted her bare root in the spring, last spring, moved her this fall, and this is her second spring in the garden, first spring in this spot. Really happy with this rose. This is the native Eastern Redbud, leafing out beautifully. When I first purchased it, it had snapped right there, and I had tied it back together. And this side decided to grow and take off. Awesome. I do need to show off this little penstemon that's blooming its little heart out. This is Blackbeard penstemon. I had purchased it as a 3-gallon and I separated it up into 14 different plants. And this is her second season in the garden. I love the dark purple foliage that stays semi-evergreen. And then those beautiful tubular flowers that are very attractive to hummingbirds and bees. Also, right here, our Salvia Olmsted, you can see its blooms. I always think it's so cool how it starts off facing down, and then as it graduates, it becomes more erect. And then it starts to put on its blue and black flowers. Love it. I do want to take a second and just show off these snapdragons. I probably have already shown them a few times, but goodness, they are performing so beautifully. Got some right over there too. I need to get these cut and bring them in. Look at that. This is right about the point where you want to harvest, when about 2/3 of it have bloomed. Look at those. Beautiful. Highly recommend getting you some snapdragons if you live in the South, planting them in the fall, and having beautiful spring color from January to about May. Another good little gardening tip that I would like to share with you guys is once you're done planting, but you're not quite ready to go back inside and wash your hands with soap and water, rinse your hands off with your hose and then walk over to your rosemary. Rosemary is an astringent. Get you some fresh oils and then rub your hands together for clean smelling hands. Well guys, there you go. Today we got our front hanging baskets completed on the front porch. We did work around a young bird's nest and we planted up 2 million bells Calicobra. I have never grown this plant before, so I don't know if I'm gonna be successful or not. I just know they like to dry out in between waterings. They like sun, they like food. You guys, let me know in the comments your experience and how I can get these things to perform amazingly for me. All right, well, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so you can see what else we're doing up in the garden. And thank you for dropping by today. See you in the next one. Bye, guys.